Good evening, and welcome to Rhode Island Lawyers Weekly's annual Excellence in the Law Awards ceremony. We are delighted to have you join us for tonight's online event. During our program, we'll be honoring excellence in all areas of the Rhode Island legal community. We encourage you to celebrate with your fellow attendees as we recognize honorees in the categories of Up-and-Coming Lawyers, Excellence in Pro Bono, Judicial Excellence, Leaders in the Law, Lawyers of the Year, and Hall of Fame. We hope you enjoy the program from the comforts of your homes and offices. And now, please give a warm welcome to your host, Susan Bocamazzo, publisher of Rhode Island Lawyers Weekly.
Good evening and welcome to Rhode Island Lawyers Weekly's third annual Excellence in the Law event. I'm Susan Bocamazzo, the publisher at Lawyers Weekly, and I'll be your host for tonight's program. Last year, we hosted this event for the first time in an online format, but while it truly feels that we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, it is unfortunately just not safe yet for us to celebrate in person. So we have upped our game, adding some new elements and a few special guest stars that you will see later in the program. I encourage you to share comments and congratulations via the YouTube chat and join with us on social media at #RILW events to cheer on your colleagues. Before we dive into the awards, it's important to thank our sponsors. Each of tonight's sponsors recognizes the importance of honoring the individuals we're celebrating tonight and shares the belief that even though the pandemic is still keeping us from being together in person, it can't be allowed to keep us from celebrating. So I want to offer a big thank you to our gold sponsor, Roger Williams University School of Law, our silver sponsors, Barton Gilman and the law offices of Ronald Resmini.
Our congratulatory sponsors, Adler Pollock and Sheehan, Chisholm and Kilpatrick, Jones Kelleher, Mandel Beauclair and Mandel, Nixon Peabody, Partridge Snow and Hahn, Robinson and Cole, and Sanaki Law Associates.
Thank you for your commitment to this program. Now please sit back, relax, and raise a glass in celebration of yourselves and your fellow honorees. Our first group of honorees are our up-and-coming lawyers, who are all emerging leaders in the local legal community. They've been members of the bar for 10 years or less, but have already distinguished themselves and are clearly poised for even greater success in the years to come. To introduce the up-and-comers, please welcome editor Henriette Campaign to the virtual podium.
Thanks, Susan. Cassandra Feeney of Adler, Cohen, Harvey, Wakeman, and Gugazian handles medical malpractice, product liability, and toxic tort suits on the defense side, and has also developed practice areas in special education and employment law for her firm's Rhode Island office. Being able to practice in different areas has helped me to be a better attorney, she says. She's committed to giving back and coordinates the firm's pro bono work through the Roger Williams University School of Law's Pro Bono Collaborative. She's a member of the board of Providence Community Health Centers, was appointed to the Rhode Island Supreme Court Committee on Character and Fitness in 2019, and has been selected to participate in Leadership Rhode Island's 2021 Row 2 class. Congratulations to Cassandra Feeney. As a new associate at Barton Gilman, Gregory Hoffman helped out on a variety of matters, but the more family law cases he worked on, the more he found that his temperament worked well in the practice area. Family law also offered him the opportunity to get into court and argue cases as a young attorney. Because the pandemic has hit the previously court-intensive practice particularly hard, Hoffman now finds himself working with opposing counsel to resolve as many issues as possible without the need for direct judicial oversight. He's president of the Roger Williams University School of Law Alumni Association and sits on the board for the law school and also participates in Roger Williams Pro Bono Collaborative. Please join me in congratulating Gregory Hoffman.
Hi, my name is Rui Alves. I'm a partner at Barton Gilman. I want to give a big congratulatory thanks to Greg Hoffman for achieving an Excellence in the Law award from Lawyers Weekly. Greg's an amazing person and an amazing lawyer. We've had the pleasure of working with him since he came to us from the Rhode Island Supreme Court. Greg will continue to do amazing things personally and professionally, and I am very lucky that I get to work with him.
Greg Hoffman, hearty congratulations on this very well-deserved recognition for excellence in the law. You certainly make us proud to be your colleague and be part of Barton Gilman every single day. You are smart, you are dedicated, you are principled, and an underrated quality for lawyers, you are kind. And that's why I refer clients to you constantly, always with complete faith that you will take great care of them. And I know you do because they love you. So thank you for being a great colleague, a great friend, and for taking such good care of our clients.
Greg, congratulations. It's an honor to practice alongside you. And to illustrate how valuable you are to Barton Gilman, I want to use a sports analogy. If we had 11 Greg Hoffmans playing on both sides of the ball for 4 quarters of football, we'd be perennial state champs. Congrats, Greg, well deserved.
John Muir started out primarily doing defense work. He worked on 2 cases heard by the Rhode Island Supreme Court involving the Providence Retirement Board, and on a high-profile Superior Court case challenging a town ordinance concerning the state's Medical Marijuana Act. But Muir realized he needed a better fit. 3 years ago, he joined Mandel, Beauclair, and Mandel, where he focuses his practice on clients who have been catastrophically injured. Working to obtain justice on behalf of my clients and provide closure to them is a weighty obligation, but one that I love, he says. Muir is a member of the Rhode Island and American Associations for Justice and president of the Board for Habitat for Humanity of Greater Providence. Congratulations to John Muir.
Hi, I'm Mark Mandel, senior partner at Mandel, Beauclair, and Mandel. And I'm very happy to acknowledge John Muir for his award as a 2021 up-and-coming Excellent in the Law honoree. John, it's a well-deserved recognition. It's a testament to your hard work, to your strong sense of ethics and professionalism, and to your dedication to social, economic, and legal justice. All of us here at Mandel, Beauclair, and Mandel are very proud of you and happy for you for receiving this award. We do want to recognize, in addition to your outstanding legal work, your dedication to pro bono work, including at the Roger Williams Law School and also as president of the Habitat for Humanity for Providence. So once again, John, congratulations. I'm very happy for you, for Kelly, and for beautiful little baby, Evelyn. Be safe, John.
A member of the Business Litigation Group and Data Privacy and Cybersecurity team at Robinson & Cole, Catherine Radigan helps her clients navigate privacy laws and regulations. One day I could be working with a startup on its privacy policies and procedures. The next it could be a national company that suffered a data breach, she says. The rapidly changing area of the law keeps Radigan on her toes as cyber threats change and the law struggles to keep up with the technology. Committed to giving back, Radigan is active in the Rhode Island Bar Association, Rhode Island Women's Bar Association, International Association of Privacy Professionals, and American Health Lawyers Association. She's also an adjunct professor at Roger Williams University, where she teaches technological innovation in the law. Congratulations to Catherine Radigan. Adam Thayer of Sayer, Regan, and Thayer focuses his practice on real estate. He says he thinks of himself as a fireman putting out fires. Legal work is an important part of my job, but so is talking through common sense solutions with my clients, as well as realtors and loan officers, he says. Thayer, who is one of only a handful of Rhode Island attorneys approved to close SBA 504 loans, devotes time to pro bono work for charities such as the Rose Island Lighthouse Foundation, Looking Upwards, the James Urban Foundation, the Guardian Duck Foundation, and the Butler Basketball Club. He also sits on the board of directors of the Greater Newport Chamber of Commerce and serves as vice president. Please join me in congratulating Adam Thayer. Employment attorney Joshua Xavier spends his day fielding questions from employers on issues ranging from severance agreements to drug testing to the Family and Medical Leave Act. The Partridge, Snow, and Hahn Associate also helps draft employment handbooks, with the rest of his time focused on litigation. I take pride in the fact that my efforts lead to lawful compliance and making sure that employers value their employees and do not unlawfully discriminate, he says. Xavier is active in the community, serving on the board of the Rhode Island Center for Justice and as a member of the Rhode Island Bar Association, Rhode Island Thurgood Marshall Law Society, Rhode Island Hispanic Bar Association, Rhode Island Chapter of the Federal Bar Association, and Rhode Island Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations to Joshua Xavier.
Well, hello. Neville Bedford here, talking about the things I've learned during 1 year of surviving a global pandemic. It seems grocery shopping can be a lot like dodgeball, and that sneakers are never seen on a web conference, and that when you are web conferencing, it's better if you face the window for the best light on your face. Also, friends and associates were a lot more fun when you could shake hands with them and even hug your family. And I dearly look forward to returning to those times once we're all recovering from this global pandemic.
The lessons I've learned from this pandemic, I've learned primarily from my colleagues, men and women on both sides of the V who have embraced technology and through their resiliency have taught me that it's possible to practice law even during a pandemic. If this pandemic results in any good after it releases us from its grip, it will be the availability of technology to assist us in advancing our clients' cases, something which I believe will be with us long after this pandemic is gone.
How has the pandemic changed me? It's confined me to living and working in a virtual world of human interaction. Certainly tough on all of us. But in terms of work ethic, nothing's changed. Most lawyers who try cases daily live by the mantra, preparation, preparation, and more preparation. That was ingrained in me by my dad, Judge Ragasta, early on in my practice. 12 to 14-hour days is my work lifestyle, and the pandemic has not disrupted that. What have I learned from living through the travails of this pandemic? Well, trite as it may be, I've relearned that the richest of blessings is the good health of family, friends, and colleagues. That is precious, especially so at this point in our history. To my fellow lawyers and our judges, can't wait to see you again soon in the courthouses live.
Well, one of the unintended consequences of the pandemic was that it forced the Judicial Nominating Commission to change its way of doing things. First of all, the applications process was all on paper prior to the pandemic. Applicants for judicial positions would submit paper applications that were kept in a locked, secure room, 10 foot by 10 foot, no windows in it, in the Department of Administration building. Members of the commission would have to go to that room and review the applications. Now, that's all changed. Applications are made electronically, and the judicial nominating commissioners can access them through a secure site at their leisure from their home computers. It makes it easier on the applicants, and it makes it easier on the commissions.
I learned life won't be the same after, and that's okay.
Our next category is Excellence in Pro Bono. Our honoree tonight is a role model for his work in giving back to the community. The importance of community service was instilled in Neville Bedford when he was growing up in a home that welcomed 19 foster children over 17 years. Today, he is a solo whose practice includes family law, business disputes, personal injury law, criminal law, IP, and for-profit and nonprofit consultation. He dedicates a significant portion of his time to pro bono efforts, including a monthly clinic at Mathewson St. Church and the Pro Bono Collaborative at Roger Williams University School of Law. He also mentors fellow lawyers who provide pro bono services. Bedford sits on the Salvation Army's advisory board, is an active member of the Rhode Island Bar Association, and has been recognized with REBA's Pro Bono Publico Award and the Rhode Island Homeless Coalition Legal Clinic Award. Congratulations to Neville Bedford. I'm now pleased to turn the virtual podium back over to Susan.
Thank you, Henriette. This year's honoree for judicial excellence is Chief Justice Paul Setel of the Rhode Island Supreme Court. Justice Setel began his career in private practice, then took a job as counsel to the House Minority Leader in the State House of Representatives. He was subsequently elected to the House, where he served for 8 years. He was appointed to the Family Court in 1990 and to the Supreme Court in 2003, and became Chief Justice in 2009. He says he enjoys the intellectual challenge of serving on the court, which offers, quote, the opportunity to shape the law and interpret the statutes that have been enacted by the General Assembly. He is the president-elect of the Conference of Chief Justices and will chair the National Center for State Courts when he assumes the position next year. Please join me in congratulating Justice Setel. I'm now delighted to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, U.S. District Court Judge Mary McElroy. Before being appointed to the federal bench, Judge McElroy served as Rhode Island's public defender from 2012 to 2019 and was the first woman to hold the post. She is a Rhode Island native and a graduate of Providence College and Suffolk University School of Law. Please welcome Judge McElroy to the virtual podium.
Thank you for the honor of allowing me to address you during this wonderful occasion today. In normal times, we would all be together in the same room and able to speak to each other. Although this past year has made normal things very abnormal, I think you should all still take a moment to congratulate yourselves, not only on surviving the year, but also on thriving and allowing the judicial system to continue to function safely and as efficiently as possible. Congratulations to all the honorees tonight. When I was asked to make some remarks here, I wondered what I could or what I should say. And since these awards are the Excellence in the Law Awards, I started thinking about the word excellence or excellent. Excellence is one of those words that has lost its meaning because of the way we use it. We tend to use it as a descriptor for everything, from that's excellent pizza to the skiing conditions are excellent, or recently, though less frequently, especially in my case, my Zoom connection is excellent. We use the word excellent too when we just want to dismiss something or end a conversation. That was an excellent job or an excellent game. But what does it mean when we say excellence in lawyering? It isn't a specific type of lawyering. We know that because we have honorees here today from many different disciplines. We have lawyers who have spent a tremendous amount of time on pro bono cases, lawyers who dedicate their time to the teaching profession or the judicial nominating committee, and lawyers who practice in all aspects of civil litigation. So what do we mean when we as lawyers get together and acknowledge the excellence of other lawyers, as we are doing here today? So being a bit of a book nerd and having a child who studies Latin, I naturally look to the root of the word. And one of its sources, it comes from the Latin verb excello, which means to raise up or to elevate. In modern usage, it means of the highest quality. So what does that mean, to do excellent lawyering? When we say these lawyers are being honored for their excellence, what exactly are we trying to say? We know that it's clearly not about winning. Lawyers can never judge the job done by the outcome. Outcomes are too often in the hands of others, whether that's a judge, a jury, opposing counsel, or even the client. But sometimes it does mean winning in other ways and having a great rapport with a client who feels heard and has newly restored faith in the justice system. Sometimes it means explaining complex issues in a comprehensible way for a client or a judge or even a jury. And sometimes it means things that an outsider wouldn't even notice. Things like a well-argued motion or a tight cross-examination, or simply choosing to bring a case in order to begin a dialogue about issues at play. All of these things, arguably, can be what we mean when we say excellence in the law. So what goes into being excellent or exhibiting excellence? It's obviously talent. Everyone here is talented, and hard work. Natural talent only takes one so far. Hard work is what makes the difference. But what else? In my opinion, it's a few things, including integrity, commitment, consistency, and contribution. All virtues that the honorees here today best exemplify. During these past year of COVID, I have, as I suspect many of you have, found myself with a bit of time on my hands, and I've been doing some more reading. which is one of the gifts that I've received amidst the turmoil of the past year. Recently, I've been reading a book called Devil in the Grove about Thurgood Marshall in his defense of the Groveland boys in Florida in the late 1940s and early 1950s, a case that went to the United States Supreme Court twice. I do not think that any lawyer would argue that Marshall did not exemplify excellence. But he didn't always win. He lost that case at trial, and his client was sentenced to death. He spent years arguing, in many cases, against separate but equal accommodations and separate but equal in education, losing in countless courts until he finally found victory in Brown versus the Board of Education in 1954. But Marshall chose his cases, not because they were winners, but because of what they meant to a larger community. And he fought for what he believed in to try to create a better society. He also thought that it was important to mentor younger lawyers and to try to help those who are fighting against injustice, something that many of the lawyers here today, if not all of them, have done. He is quoted as saying, "None of us got where we are solely by pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We got here because somebody, a parent, a teacher, an Ivy League crony, or a few nuns bent down and helped us to pick up our boots." So I think excellence in the law means simply this: contributing your best efforts while also inspiring others to do the same. Something that all of the honorees here have done today and continue to do every day. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you to Judge McElroy for speaking at our program today, and thank you for such thoughtful remarks. Next up, our 2021 Leaders in the Law, who are being honored for their leadership in the Rhode Island legal community. Our first honoree, Armando Botastini, began his legal career as a pure commercial litigator, but his practice has evolved into what he calls a hybrid model. As leader of the distressed commercial litigation team at Nixon Peabody, he represents businesses in contractual, shareholder, and commercial realty disputes, while spending a significant portion of his time as counsel for holders of commercial debt. Last year, Botastini contributed more than 100 pro bono hours to his clients. He coordinates the firm's representation in collaboration with Kids in Need of Defense and performs election law work for the Rhode Island chapter of the ACLU. He's also a fellow of the Rhode Island Bar Foundation and on the board of the Boston Providence Service Academy Business Network. Congratulations to Armando Botastini. Robert Chisholm of Chisholm and Kilpatrick got involved with veterans law representing his uncle when his claim for disability benefits was denied. He quickly became passionate about the practice. Obtaining benefits can literally change someone's life, he says. A founding member and former president of the U.S. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims Bar Association, he is also a former president of the National Organization of Veterans Advocates. As part of his work with NOVA, he helped to pass a significant amendment to federal law which permits veterans to hire an attorney after a notice of disagreement is filed. A member of the Rhode Island Bar Association, Rhode Island Association for Justice, and the military law section of the Federal Bar Association, he provides pro bono representation to veterans and their dependents. Congratulations to Robert Chisholm.
A huge congratulations to one of this year's Leaders in the Law Award recipients, Robert Chisholm of Chisholm and Kilpatrick. Robert's work on behalf of our country's veterans and their families has over the years resulted in life-changing disability benefits for countless disabled veterans. Robert's leadership in the field has also opened doors for VA law practitioners, which has in turn enhanced the ability of our nation's veterans to access the representation they need. So on behalf of everyone at CCK, thank you so much, Robert, for your vision and your leadership. Congratulations.
Dana Horton is an insurance litigation attorney at Robinson & Cole, where she focuses on representing insurance companies in large property loss subrogation matters, property insurance coverage disputes, and bad faith claims. Trying cases, she says, is the best part of the job. After all the time and effort, you get to make your argument to a judge or jury. Horton is involved in firm leadership, serving as co-chair of the Women's Committee and sitting on the Wellness and Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committees. A mentor to younger attorneys, she is an active member of the Rhode Island Bar Association, serving on the Superior Court Bench Bar Committee, the Federal Court Bench Bar Committee, the Executive Committee, and the House of Delegates. Congratulations to Dana Horton.
On behalf of Robinson and Cole, and especially the Providence office, I'd like to congratulate Dana Horton for her recognition as a leader in the law, and Catherine Radigan for her recognition as an up-and-coming lawyer. We're proud of both of you. These are great achievements. Appreciate all the hard work and commitment during the last year, especially during these trying times. Congratulations.
Lorraine Lally is an assistant dean at Roger Williams University School of Law. After several years in private practice, she jumped at the chance to join Roger Williams and help her alma mater and the legal profession as a whole improve their diversity efforts. A campus leader on diversity, she is a member of the admissions committee and the diversity and inclusion steering committee at the law school, as well as a member of the university's council on inclusive excellence. Outside the office, Lally has served on the Judicial Nominating Commission and is active in the Diversity and Inclusion Professionals organization. She also serves on the board of directors for the Mount Hope Learning Center and One Neighborhood Builders. Congratulations to Lorraine Lally.
My name is Michael Yelnowski, and I have had the good fortune to work with Lorraine for almost 30 years. And I can't think of anyone who's more deserving of this award. Lorraine, the imprint that you have put on Rhode Island's law school is indelible, and I look forward to seeing what you will continue to do at this law school. Congratulations, and thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Lorraine is in every respect a true leader. She has all of the attributes that one wants in a leader: strength, courage, dignity, and I'm very, very happy for her to receive this award. So Lorraine, congratulations.
After graduating from law school, Jones Kelleher's Ralph Laguerre established his own firm, practicing law by day and working nights as a police officer. He kept it up for 20 years before transitioning to law full-time with a focus on personal injury litigation. A past president of the Rhode Island Association of Justice and the Justinian Law Society, he currently chairs the RIAJ's COVID-19 Response Committee. He also sits on the board of the National Italian American Bar Association and is a fellow with the Rhode Island Bar Foundation and a member of the Rhode Island Supreme Court Disciplinary Board. He is a founding board member of the Joan Dakotas Foundation, which aims to raise awareness of lung cancer and support promising clinical trials. Please join me in congratulating Ralph Laguerre.
Jones Kelleher salutes our partner, Ralph Laguerre, a leader in the law. Ralph, your exceptional talent, your energy and your hard work, your wonderful and supportive family, Kristen, Allison, Nick, and John, your sense of humor, and your impeccable style. All of these qualities endear you to us, to our mutual clients, and to the legal community of Rhode Island and of Massachusetts.
Congratulations, Ralph. To introduce our next group of honorees, our 2020 Lawyers of the Year, I'm pleased to turn the podium over to Rhode Island Lawyers Weekly reporter, Barry Bridges.
Thank you, Susan. Back in 2015, Sally Dowling was nearing retirement when then Governor Gina Raimondo asked her to chair the state's Judicial Nominating Commission. During her subsequent tenure, she spearheaded the vetting process in 24 judicial nominations. The past year was a particularly busy one for the commission, which recommended candidates for filling superior and family court vacancies and solicited and interviewed candidates for 2 Supreme Court seats. That process culminated in the confirmation of 2 female justices, Erin Lynch Prada and Melissa Long. Long is also the first person of color to be named to the state's highest court. The big theme since I've been on the commission has been increasing diversity in the judiciary, noted Dowling. Please join me in congratulating Sally Dowling. While the past year has presented challenges in the daily lives of just about everyone, immigration lawyer and Roger Williams University School of Law professor Deborah Gonzalez spent considerable energy in 2020 working on behalf of immigrant detainees at the Wyatt Detention Center in Central Falls, whose congregate setting increased their risk of COVID-19 infection. Gonzalez and a team of public interest attorneys filed a class action habeas petition in federal court, claiming the conditions in which the Wyatt ICE detainees were being confined violated their Fifth Amendment due process rights. A federal court judge granted class certification and subsequently ordered that each class member be afforded an individual bail hearing. Gonzalez continues to work on representing inmates at those hearings. Congratulations to Deborah Gonzalez.
We represent the Feinstein Center at Roger Williams Law School, and we're here to tell you why Debbie is such a rock star. As the director of the Immigration Clinic, each semester, Debbie welcomes a new group of eager but inexperienced students. She's demanding and supportive. She takes her role as teacher, mentor, and guide seriously, but it's her humor and her humility that make her so engaging to her students. She's a gifted teacher, loved by her students and loved by us.
When it comes to the immigrant community, Debbie always says yes. If there's a need for Know Your Rights presentations, she does them. Last summer, she said yes to representing Wyatt detainees on a pro bono basis in a federal class action. She's a workhorse, and she does it all from a place of brilliance, commitment, and a huge heart.
Debbie is a leader. At the law school, she started Debbie's Friday group, which meets every Friday from 8:30 to 10 to talk about incorporating issues of race into our teaching and making our classrooms a more welcoming and inclusive space. Debbie created community where there was none before.
Congratulations, Debbie.
Thomas Lyons of Strauss Factor Lang & Lyons was disappointed when a 3-judge panel of the First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled last spring that the community caretaking exception to the Fourth Amendment could justify warrantless entry into homes. But several months later, he learned that the U.S. Supreme Court had agreed to take his case. Oral arguments took place on March 24th. That's not the only notable case Lyons worked on in 2020. He also joined with the ACLU in successfully defending an electric car driver's First Amendment rights to have a vanity license plate reading FKGAS, arguing that the Rhode Island Division of Motor Vehicles' good taste and decency standard was not being applied in a viewpoint-neutral manner. Please join me in congratulating Thomas Lyons.
Hi, this pandemic has taught me one major thing, and that is that I'm very blessed. I'm blessed to have a loving family, blessed to have a loving wife, blessed to have a loving brother, and blessed to have a loving mother-in-law. During this pandemic, my family has come together so strong to share our love and support for each other. I also feel blessed to be an attorney. I feel blessed to have a job where I don't necessarily need to be in any particular place at any given time. I've been able to work from home, and my employment has not been affected despite the pandemic. So I feel very, very blessed. Thank you.
I've been asked by Lawyers Weekly to comment on the impact of the pandemic. I sought the philosophy of Albert Camus, and I share that with you now. During the pandemic, in the midst of winter, I found there was, within me, an invincible summer. And that makes me happy, for it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there's something stronger, something better, pushing right back.
This last year has taught me two important things: gratitude and perspective. Gratitude for my wife, Kelly Mira, a litigator at Rhode Island Legal Services, and the birth of our newborn daughter, Evelyn Grace Mira. The last year has also taught me perspective. Perspective in the sense that my wife and I are lucky to have avoided many of the negative repercussions that the coronavirus has inflicted on our country. And for that, I'm deeply grateful.
Me personally, what has changed, I think, is I've become much more transparent, both professionally and in my personal life. On the professional side, transparency has been a key to our success of working remotely. We weekly have a meeting with the entire staff through Zoom. We call it Fireside Chat, and tell the team what's going well and what challenges we face as an organization. And I've also become much more transparent in my personal life as well. And I'm better for it. And the last thing I'll share is that I'm not too old at 58 to try new things. I started mountain biking, and I love doing that, and I've loved doing it, and will continue to do it once the pandemic is over. Thank you.
When the world stopped on a dime in March 2020, not only did we have to transition to working at home, but we had to do so while 3 children were distance learning in school. With no outside activities, sports, events, or any of those traditional outlets, we were forced to take stock in what we had and what we could do. The slower pace allowed us to reconnect as a family, enjoying each other's company and doing things together, such as family hikes, game nights, and fun family projects around the house. We focused on the positive and made the best of the situation. Some things became standard and may be around for a while. Curbside pickup, midnight grocery orders, face masks, hand sanitizer, and social distancing. But what I've learned and what I hope this experience has taught my children is that sometimes hard things happen, and with patience, perseverance, and the right attitude, we will always overcome and adapt.
I realized that one of the hardest parts of the pandemic for me was being forced to take things day by day. I'm a planner. I tend to look ahead. I want to know what's happening next. A pandemic is not conducive to that type of personality. As hard as it was after a few months into the pandemic and the realization that this wasn't going to end anytime soon, it gave me the opportunity to be okay with living in the present. The pandemic strengthened my be here now muscles that had been neglected for so long. I learned to live in the moment, day by day, and appreciate and hold close to my heart my children, my husband, our dogs, my family, my friendships, and the little things in life. The past year gave me a gift, the gift of time with my children, who I learned so much from and watched them grow, my family, and even myself, to grow a little bit and take things a little less seriously and with much more appreciation. We often take for granted the things and people in our lives, but if we slow down and re-examine what's in front of us, we might all realize just how fortunate we truly are. I hope that through all of this, we can all grow and learn a little bit in that way. Thank you.
Our final honorees are the inductees into the Rhode Island Lawyers Weekly Hall of Fame. These are senior attorneys who've made lasting marks on the practice of law in Rhode Island. Criteria for selection included career accomplishments, contributions to the development of the law, and efforts to increase access to justice. As co-chair of Adler Pollack & Sheehan's Government Relations Practice Group, Victoria Almeida's notable cases range from the successful defense of a former state Senate president on ethics charges to successfully challenging a state law requiring employers to provide health insurance to employees getting workers' comp benefits. The first woman in state history appointed executive counsel to a governor, she helped establish the Department of Environmental Management as part of Governor J. Joseph Garahe's cabinet. Her public service includes leadership roles on the Rhode Island Parole Board, Rhode Island Legal Services, and Rhode Island Health Services Council. During her tenure as president of the Rhode Island Bar Association, she established the U.S. Armed Forces Legal Project, which provides legal services for active service members and veterans. Congratulations to Victoria Almeida.
Hi, Vicki. I've known you now for 40 years, and during those 40 years, you have always devoted yourself to excellence in the practice of law and to adhering to the highest professional and ethical standards. You are a true servant leader. You always put yourself after your colleagues, friends, family, and of course your clients. They are always, always first. That's what a servant leader is. And on behalf of our entire firm, myself, all of your colleagues here at Adler Pollack & Sheehan, I want to congratulate you on an honor well-deserved, the Hall of Fame Award.
Hi, Vicki. For the last 4 years, you've served as chairman of the board of Rhode Island Legal Services, providing the leadership and the support for the organization. I know that I join with the whole REALS community in congratulating you for deserving this award. As John Kennedy once said, one person can make a difference, and we should all try. But Vicki, you are that one person, and you've been such an advocate to prevent homelessness, an advocate to stop domestic violence, an advocate for all of the veterans. So thank you, Vicki, for all that you've done, and congratulations again.
Growing up, Vincent Ragasta would visit his father's law office on weekend afternoons. I never really thought about another career, he recalls. In law school, he developed an interest in labor law that has remained steadfast. He has played a role in some of the biggest labor disputes in Rhode Island, including helping the city of Providence win an injunction against a wildcat strike by firefighters and negotiating the state's first municipal collective bargaining agreements. He also takes particular pride in his niche practice of prosecuting police misconduct cases. A member of the committee which developed the rules for court-annexed arbitration for the Rhode Island Superior Court, he serves as a court-annexed arbitrator and mediator for the Department of Labor and Training. Congratulations to Vincent Ragasta. Ronald Resmini has spent more than 5 decades trying to right wrongs and correct injustices in a practice that focuses on personal injury, accident, and tort law. His notable matters include litigation establishing the only exception to the recreational use statute, the largest verdict in Bristol County District Court history, and station fire cases. All 3 of Resmini's sons have joined him at his firm, leaving him with only one career goal left: to try a case at the age of 90. "I would love to live long enough to do it and do it well," he says. The author of several legal treatises, Resmini co-founded the Rhode Island Trial Lawyers Association, now the Rhode Island Association for Justice, and is a former board member of the Providence chapter of the American Red Cross. Please join me in congratulating Ronald Resmini.
Good evening, everyone. Andrew Resmini here. Just want to congratulate my father and dad, Ron Resmini, on what has been an absolute Hall of Fame career. We're so proud of you, and what you've done with the legal profession certainly speaks for itself. And just want to say, being a part of it and working with you and learning from the best has been an absolute honor and a privilege. Thanks for everything, and we love you and can't wait to see what else is in store. Enjoy the honor.
This is attorney Jason Resmini. Dad, you did it again. I'm tremendously proud of you. Reading those letters from the Supreme Court judges, your peers, is tremendously special. What you've done for the legal profession is unbelievable. To watch this from afar when I was growing up as a child and seeing it now in the practice of law, what you've done is so unbelievably special. And I can't wait to see what you have in store next. I love you, Dad, and keep it up.
Good evening, everyone. This is Adam Resmini. Dad, we're so proud of you. You know, receiving the Hall of Fame honor is something that you've embodied throughout your entire life. You know, growing up, we've all, me, Andrew, and Jay have all seen the fruits of your labor, the hard work that you've put in, and there's certainly nobody more deserving of this award than you. You know, you have always believed in those who didn't have a voice and wanted to speak up for those people, and you've made your life in doing so, and we were so proud that you were finally being honored and recognized for that hard work and all the years of dedication that you've put in on behalf of your clients. We love you, and we can't wait to see what's next in store for you.
For decades, Richard Sanaki has been involved in high-stakes civil rights and employment law cases, as well as a force behind new legislation. He takes a particular interest in First and Fourth Amendment issues, often working as a cooperating attorney with the ACLU of Rhode Island. On the legislative front, he has helped revise agency regulations, as well as co-drafted and lobbied for the enactment of numerous pieces of legislation. One highlight is a revision to the State's Wage Act, which included the creation of a private right of action for state wage and hour violations and the misclassification of employees as independent contractors. Active in bar leadership, he recently ended his term as the president of the Rhode Island Association for Justice. Congratulations to Richard Sanaki.
Richard, congratulations on your Hall of Fame award. You continue to inspire me every day with your relentless advocacy for justice and fairness on behalf of all segments of our society. Very grateful for your leadership and your mentoring all these past years. Thank you.
Congratulations, Richard, on this very well-deserved honor, but more importantly, for helping so many Rhode Islanders with their legal needs. You have set the bar high and provided an exemplary example for all of us to follow. Great job and good luck.
Richard, the Rhode Island Bar is better for you being part of it, and I'm so glad that your commitment and hard work is being recognized. Congratulations.
Dick, congratulations. You've earned this award with your tireless effort. Long days, long nights, long weekends, working in service of your unflagging and unremitting commitment to justice. Congrats.
Richard, your Excellence in the Law Award is well-deserved. I am so proud to work with you and for you. And hey, you made it into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
With over 100 federal and state court decisions to his credit, Stephen Snow's 45-year legal career has made a lasting impact on the law. A founding partner of Partridge, Snow and Hahn, he successfully argued a case before the U.S. Supreme Court that established the standard of federal appellate review of district court decisions on state law. More recently, he represented the plaintiff in a dispute between the Touro Synagogue in Newport and a Manhattan congregation over ownership of a set of colonial-era finial bells. My favorite part of the job is trying cases, particularly jury trials, he says. A mentor to younger litigators at his firm, Snow is taught at Roger Williams School of Law and Bryant University. He currently sits on the board of the Rhode Island Philharmonic Orchestra and Music School. Please join me in congratulating Stephen Snow.
Hello, my name is Howard Merton, and I'm the managing partner at Partridge, Snow and Hahn. Our lawyers and staff are so proud that Rhode Island Lawyers Weekly has named Steve Snow to its Hall of Fame and has also recognized Josh Xavier as an up-and-coming lawyer. The firm has been blessed to have Steve with us since the firm's inception in 1988, and his legal career has been nothing short of exceptional. We've also been blessed to have young and engaged lawyers like Josh Xavier with us. Josh has already established himself as an excellent lawyer and involved in the community. The firm has a great future. Finally, thanks to all of the other lawyers who've been recognized by Rhode Island Lawyers Weekly. Thank you.
I'm Governor Dan McKee, and I'd like to congratulate each of you on your accomplishments in the field of law this year. It's exciting to be part of tonight's Excellence in the Law program event, thanks to Rhode Island Lawyers Weekly. I know there's so much talent among you, from senior members of the bar with more than 35 years in practice to the up-and-comers who are just 10 years out of the law school. Some of you are newsmakers, while many of you are getting long overdue public congratulations tonight. All of you have made essential contributions to the legal community in Rhode Island over the past year, and I thank you and congratulate you and your families. You've championed important issues, from increasing diversity in the judiciary to advocating on behalf of immigrants in need of urgent medical assistance. You've represented municipalities, veterans, community members. You've filed class action suits. You've worked pro bono, and your achievements have made Rhode Island a more just place. You are leaders in law and leaders in our community, and I want to thank you all for everything you've done and everything you're doing. Keep up the good work. Congratulations, and I wish you the very best.
And now I'll turn things back over to Susan to wrap up the program.
Thank you, Barry, and congratulations to all of our honorees. I'd like to once again thank our sponsors for making this event possible. Roger Williams University School of Law, Barton Gilman, the law offices of Ronald Resmini,
Adler Pollock and Sheehan, Chisholm and Kilpatrick, Jones Kelleher, Mandel Beauclair and Mandel, Nixon Peabody, Partridge Snow and Hahn, Robinson and Cole, and Sanaki Law Associates.
Thank you so much to all of tonight's guests who interacted with us through #RILW events. And thank you to the entire Rhode Island legal community for your support over the past year. It really means a lot to all of us at Lawyers Weekly. Be well, and we will see you again soon.